Hey guys, you're chilling with your boy Young, and welcome to another one. So in this video, I'm not gonna be talking about what I usually talk about. I'm gonna be talking about the COVID-19 pandemic. As a disclaimer, I am not a doctor by any stretch of the imagination. I'm not a doctor. So whatever thoughts and opinions and views that you're gonna hear in this video are solely based on the research that I did and me listening to the experts. So during this pandemic, um, this virus COVID-19 making its rounds, a lot of my friends be texting me, and I'm talking to them, and I hear this fear in their chats, like they don't want to die. And whenever I hear that statement, I'm always curious to know why they think they will die. And they make something on the lines of uh, because if I catch the virus, then I will die. So from thereof, because they hear me when I'm talking and they say, Young, but you don't sound scared of this virus. And I tell them that, look, the problem is there's a lot of misinformation going on right now about the virus, that obviously now you end up thinking or panicking, having anxiety about the virus, based off of that wrong information. Like now you're scared to die, but you don't know why you will die. You just think that you will die if you catch the virus. So I'll go further to say, okay, how old are you? And they say 28. Okay, do you have any chronic illnesses? And they say no. And I'm like, then why do you think you will die? So just those two questions, if you answer them no, if you answer both those questions no, and you are also a young person, I don't see why you need to be worried about catching this virus. If it happens that you catch the virus, you will still recover. To you, it might even feel like a cold or a flu, and then in 2 weeks it will be over. The people that you should actually be worried about are those people that are older than 55 and those that do have chronic diseases. Those are the ones that you should be worrying about. So if you don't have, if you're young, you don't have any kind of chronic disease, you shouldn't be worried about yourself. You should be worrying about those that do. So that's one of the misinformation that's been, going around and making its rounds. And I also noticed that most people also, they are misinformed. Therefore, they 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 come up with these theories about the virus, like bulk buying or panic buying. That's being misinformed, because if you really knew or really know what this virus is, you will know that there's no need for that, and really there is no need for that. I don't think your government will try to fix a problem by putting you in isolation and in turn create a hunger problem. They're trying to solve a problem, thereof they can't create another problem by trying to solve another problem. So you're not going to run out of food, you're not going to run out of tissues. It's not necessary. You can go to the store and then you find the shelves on some sections being empty. It's not because they're running out of food, they just didn't have enough time to stock up because of those people going there acting fools and panic buying everything. Like, how long will that food even last? If you were to panic buy and you stock up and you do whatever, how long do you think that will last? So it's really, really foolishness. So again, another thing is, and by the way, I don't watch the news. I don't watch the news, and I've never watch the news. I don't watch the news because I feel like whatever that is being talked about in the news, they're always exaggerated to be as bad as they can make it, and have you thinking that actually the world is it's a bad place to be alive right now. That's why I don't watch the news. They exaggerate things. So moving on to the next thing that I want to talk about is I hear a lot of people, they don't feel comfortable, or they have concerns about the isolation, being alone, and going like, what will I be doing for all those days that I'll be by in isolation. And this brings up a very interesting thing to me, that if you don't know what to do when you're alone with you and your thoughts, then you have a serious problem. You have a serious problem. I think you buy into the idea that you need someone to make you feel some type of way, or you need company for you to feel some type of way. Why can't you provide that company? Why can't you be that company for yourself? So I think, so the problem there is, like, you can't survive isolation if you have never been with yourself and be self aware. Because I think, like, the more you spend time by yourself, that's when you get to learn more about yourself and not what you believe about yourself. So it's very, very important then that during this isolation, if you don't know how to be with yourself, by yourself, and your own thoughts, you need to start learning to do that. Long term, you being able to be by yourself and make yourself happy, in time, it will lead to long, healthy relationships with other peoples. You cannot have another person make you happy. Depend on that person to make you happy. And I always say this to my friends, that look, don't tell me that you are with that person because they make you happy, or you need someone else to make you happy. You need to make yourself happy. It doesn't matter how many people you be in relationships with. For as long as you cannot make yourself happy, it's not gonna happen. You will never be happy. So it starts off from you. You have to be happy before someone else can make you happy. So that is, I call it self-reliant. You're relying on yourself for happiness. You're relying on yourself to get you up whenever you're down. You rely on yourself to do all of these things for yourself. You don't rely on anybody else, because what happens when they're not there? What happens then? So try to make yourself happy. Try to learn that. Other than that, what you can do during this time is, do what you love and stay off the news. Stay off the news. Like, literally stay off the news. The news gonna bring you nothing but more anxiety and fear, and all of those emotions, because that's what the news does. So stay off the news. You don't need to be part of every conversation going on. Instead, find something that you can be doing that makes you happy. If you have a hobby, do that. If you love reading, do that. If you like making music, composing music, playing games, hey, do all of those things. Whatever that can occupy your mind right this moment, do that. Do that. You will see how fast the days go by. You will even be shocked, like, oh, it's 5 days already, it's 10 days already. You won't even be keeping count because you're so busy. So do that for yourself. Be busy with something. And lastly, my favorite one, you get people, on social medias going, or even on the news online going, what about the economy? Will the economy recover from this? Will it survive? And I'm like, dude, this is like the only thing like really that you're worried about. It's the economy. The economy has been reduced to young status. Young, did you hear? Young, did you see that? Young, the economy, oh my God, like, really? The economy, that's what you're worried about during this time. Like, the economy is it's gonna go up, it's gonna go down, it's gonna go up, it's gonna go down. It's how the system is rigged. The economy will continue with or without you. So now you can be worried about the economy. I promise you, when you're 6 feet under, the economy will still doing its economy thing. The economy, you shouldn't even be worried about that. The president right this moment, he's not even worried about that. And you're worried about, oh, the economy is in junk status. Do you even know what that means? Do you even know what that means? So please stay off anything that you don't have control over. You have control over your health, focus on that. Self-isolate yourself, put yourself in quarantine. You're not doing that for you, you're doing that for the elderly people. Remember the start of the video, I mentioned that if you know of someone with chronic disease, with who's older, I'm talking about 55, then you need to be worried about that person and keeping them healthy and safe and away from this virus. That's what you should be worried about, not the fucking economy. Like, seriously, like, dude, come on now. So anyway, so the last thing that I want to talk about is, do I think this isolation is gonna help in any way by reducing the virus or by stopping the virus spreading? Obviously, yes, it will. It will certainly decrease the spreading of the virus. And how long this virus is gonna stay a problem in your country depends on how you as a country or as a community come together and do what you have to do. Play your part, stay at home. That's how this thing will, in these 2 weeks, in these 21 days, it can literally be gone. But it can only be gone if you guys pull together as a country, as a community, and everyone play their part and everyone be adults about it. You don't need to be babysitted. Do what you need to do. You don't need to be babysitted. You grown men, you grown women. Why do you need someone telling you to stay at home? Like, come together as a country, pull in the same direction. That's how you're gonna defeat the spreading of this virus, which potentially you will decrease the number of deaths that you will see or even hear about. So now there's these pictures that have been going on, the deaths in Italy, and everyone then lost their mind. Like, one thing that you need to realize is that most of the population in Italy is elderly people. So obviously, like I said, this virus, it's really, like, to the elderly people, it's really a problem. And you add chronic illnesses to that, then it's a different nightmare altogether. So anyways, guys, those are just my thoughts. Just stay home, stay safe, self-quarantine yourself. Keep the ones that you love safer and healthy. It's all about staying safe and healthy now. Don't worry about stuff you have no control over. And always, just don't believe in anything that you read off the bat. Do your own research and validate the facts, validate the data. So guys, as always, I'm Young, I'm out.